So who's hot? Who's hot this week, man? Let's start off with a former NFL quarterback by the name of Cam Newton. All right, Cam Newton. We already know who Cam Newton is. He was the first round pick in the 2011 draft, number one pick overall to the Carolina Panthers. An NFL MVP winning quarterback that went to multiple Pro Bowls and was a great quarterback in his era. All right, but I want to talk about Cam because he was recently on an interview with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay, which is an excellent podcast in its own right. And you know what? I wanted to talk about something that Cam said about Kirk Cousins, getting a new contract with the Atlanta Falcons. And let's hear what he had to say about it. And let's talk about it.
The contract that's gone viral. Let's take a listen to what Cam had to say.
Yes, sir.
What the Falcons paid Kirk Cousins. They could have got Cam Newton, Justin Fields, and Michael Vick for that price. You're giving this person the money coming off an injury? So how am I supposed to feel? Because the same questions and the same concerns that you had with me, obviously you done overlooked that.
You see, don't have those concerns with him.
And if you give Kirk Cousins my resume, he probably would have got more.
Wow.
Hey, listen.
So, that was the clip that we just heard, George. You know what? I get where Cam is coming from on this subject, talking about Kirk Cousins getting the money that he got. I think he got 50 mil, close to 50 mil a year. But what I think Cam doesn't understand is the two different types of quarterbacks that, Kirk Cousins is and that Cam Newton was. Cam Newton was a quarterback that depended more on his physical abilities rather than his throwing talent. And I hate to say it, but those things diminish faster than the arm talent. When you use your legs, when you have to sacrifice your body, those things diminish faster, and those things are not of value in the NFL like a quarterback that is a pocket passing quarterback. A pocket passing quarterback will always outlast a running quarterback because running quarterbacks normally do not last in the NFL because you are not meant to take hits, that you are not braced for. Okay. And that's the problem. Even running backs don't last that long. And I think that's the biggest thing that I think Cam is forgetting in this is that, yes, you could have got Justin Fields, Cam Newton, and Michael Vick for that. But throwing quarterbacks like Matthew Stafford, who's 36, 37 years old, like some of these older quarterbacks that's in the league, like Aaron Rodgers, when you are dependent on your physical abilities more than your arm talent, and I'm not saying you don't have arm talent, but your arm talent is not the best thing that you're good at, you're always going to be, overlooked and shortchanged in the NFL over a pocket passing quarterback because guess what? Fingers and pocket passing quarterbacks always normally outlast the running and physical ability of running quarterbacks. So what do you think about this, George? What do you feel about what Cam said on this interview with Shannon Sharp?
You know what? I understand what he's talking about, but like you said, Mike, he's a physical guy, right? Mm-hmm. So what's Cam, 6'3"?
6'4"? No, he's 6'5".
6'5", easily 240, 250.
Yeah, Cam is 6'5".
So now think about those aggressive D linemen, them linebackers. They're gonna hit him harder than they would, let's say, a Kirk Cousins, right? And he's gonna get hit way more times in the game because Kirk Cousins at least has the ability to get the ball out of his hands a lot faster and quicker, not to take those hits.
Right.
So again, I get what Cam is talking about, but Cam, you're way too physical. Kirk is a pocket passer more than you are. I do think Atlanta paid a little bit way too much for Kirk, and they're gonna figure it out real soon.
Right.
But I think Cam is just trying to figure out, hey, I got done wrong. He knows the time in the league is absolutely over with, but he's just trying to make one last little possible statement of, hey, you could have gave me this, but they wasn't getting that. Well, and Cam is not. He's not really anymore.
I mean, Cam got to realize too. Okay, I get what. Sometimes we always want to play the race card. Black QBs don't get paid like the white quarterbacks. But if you want to look at the tape, look at Cam's time in New England. All right, where the physical abilities had diminished a little bit. He did not look like he did like Superman in Carolina. All right. And Cam had to depend a little bit more on his arm. And the arm talent did not look too good. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Cam is not a natural passer. I'll just be honest. You know, he can pass, but is he a Kirk Cousins? Is he a Matthew Stafford when it comes to arm talent? Is he Aaron Rodgers when it comes to arm talent? These are quarterbacks that are older that still have the ability to throw the football. And you have to be honest and say it that he's not. I'll just be honest with you. He's not that type of arm talent. But as far as being a quarterback, what Cam does, he does better than what Kirk Cousins does well. And the best thing that he does is he administers punishment. All right. That's what Cam was the best at, was administering punishment to a defense. All right. Nobody wanted to tackle this 6'5", 255-pound machine. Okay. And when that diminished, I mean, it's just not the same. So, I mean, I understand what Cam is trying to say. Like, okay, they always do us dirty. If he would have had my resume, he would have got more. You're right. He probably would have gotten more. But like I said, Kirk Cousins, what he's able to do and what he does well, he can do it longer than what Cam Newton can do well. And I think that's just simple. And we gotta stop, talking about all these other things and just look at what it really is. And that Kirk Cousins can throw that pill, and that's it. So
yeah, and Mike Donnelly, I think he's a way better timing quarterback than, let's say, Cam, right? He understands, hey, 1, 2, 3, get it out. Cam might wait a little longer, then he gonna tuck it and run it, then he gonna get physical. And so Cam, being a mobile quarterback, he sees the field from his feet first to his eyes. His feet tell his eyes where to go, right? You know what I mean? And so again, now when his feet tell his eyes where to go, I'm gonna run, he gets punished, right? That's physicality. That's what? How many plays in a football game? 80 plays, or 40, let's say 40 offensive, 40 defensive. You getting hit a good 85% of that time, right? So again, I think you all that bread so you can keep on getting hit. Then you get what? Injured. Right. Now you have a bigger problem. So I
think Arthur Blank made the safest decision. And the safest decision right now is going to be Kirk Cousins. All right. When you look at Kirk Cousins, he has a squeaky clean resume off the field. First of all, he's not going to be controversial. He's a Christian guy. I mean, he sets himself perfect, and he knows what these owners like, and that's what people got to understand. They'll get mad at the Russell Wilsons and guys like that, but these dudes are playing the game too, and some of these guys really are like that. But you got to know, as a quarterback, it's more than just what you do on the field. You are the face of the franchise. And Kirk Cousins knows that, and he knows how to carry himself, just like Peyton Manning did, just like Tom Brady did, just like Drew Brees did, just like John Elway did. All these guys before him, even Warren Moon, who's a black quarterback, carried himself in a way where, he was distinguished, and it wasn't, and I'm not knocking Cam for who he is. Cam is one of one. He says that all the time, and I am who I am. But guess what, Cam? When you own a team, you can do whatever you want to. These team owners, they want certain things, and you got to understand that. If you don't own an NFL team, you really can't say what you can and what you can't do, because that owner is always going to have the final say. And if that owner likes a straight, clean-cut quarterback, that's what he going to take. And we just got to understand that. We can't change nothing until we own something. And these guys that own these teams, they're older, and they want a certain type of quarterback. Just like Jerry Richardson said when he drafted Cam. Do you have tattoos? Good. Keep it that way. It's that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jerry Richardson told him. Keep it that way. They want a certain type of quarterback. And when you see that, then you understand it. I mean, it is what it is until the tide changes and more new ownership comes in with a fresher thinking and more advanced thinking. But right now, it is what it's going to be. The Jerry Joneses and the Arthur Blanks of the world, you know what they want. And let's see what Solomon said, because Solomon is an Atlanta fan. He said, Cam, stay hating from outside the club. Nobody checking for him. It is what it is. People tripping over Cousins' deal is really a 2-year deal if we want it to be. It is, Solomon. You're right. It's a 2-year deal anyway. So, it really doesn't. It's not that long of a deal. But Kirk Cousins is great at these deals. You know what I'm saying? They hate on Kirk Cousins because he gets these deals, but it is what it is. You got to hate on his agent. Kirk Cousins just
and Mike. Not only actually, on the sad part about it, Kirk Cousins is kind of productive. True,
he is. He's
productive.
He's
productive. He's going to stay out the media. The worst thing you can say about Kirk Cousins is when he was in Minnesota, he took that shirt off on the plane ride back with all that gold jewelry on, right? He just clown. Right. So if that's the worst of the worst, I'll sign up for that any day of the week.
Tune in to the Mike to Mike podcast every week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks, and like always, see y'all next week.